If you've been second guessing your trades on the gold market, this week's setup is going to help you trade with more confidence because in this video, I'm going to go over my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones for the gold market. So as we can see here, the price looks very consolidated here on this weekly time frame, and there's nothing really that I want to change. But before we go into that, let me just hop down to a lower time frame and just show you how last week's market structure played out. And as you can see, I did call the top here, or at least not the top, but this upper area right here, it didn't quite make it, but it did push up a little bit, and then it pushed down at the beginning of the week. But then today it did push up with a lot of volume taking over this previous high here. So it's going to be really interesting for this upcoming week. So let's just go ahead and go back to the weekly time frame here. And like I was saying, there's really nothing that I want to mark up here, especially because it's just really hard to gauge the price action. So we're just going to go ahead and go down to a lower time frame, and that's going to be the daily. And as we can see here on the daily time frame, still a lot of confusion. Let me just go ahead and clean up some of these little levels here, so that way when we go down to the other time frames, that is going to make a bit more sense. Okay, let's just go to the H4, and now I'm going to start calling out some of these levels, especially because it was just a little hard to see on those higher time frames. Oh, and by the way, if you want more than just these weekly plans, then I've recently launched a new website where basically it's giving you a lot more detail about the Profitable Traders Academy and basically how this is going to help you become a much better trader than you may be right now. Want to emphasize, this is not a course. It is definitely hands-on help, and the price is continually to go up because of all of the support and all of the help that people are getting inside of the program. And if you want to enroll or maybe learn a little bit more about it, go ahead and study this website and then schedule a strategy call. And then one other thing I wanted to point out, here's a lot of details here, more details of what you get, how you get supported, all the details for payment, and then also some of the bonuses that I am offering just for this month alone. So if you see this next month, it's going to be totally different. Price is obviously going to be increased, but you're going to get all of these amazing bonuses. That is basically me providing extra time helping you get started, so that way in the first 30 days you can get up and running. And basically we have this market execution guarantee. Go ahead and read that in the first 30 days. So basically here are some people with some things, good things to say about the program, and then also more details. So like I said, if you're interested in that, just go ahead and go to the website. It's profitabletradersacademy.com. The link is inside of the description box below, so that way you can go ahead and check it out. Okay, so now that we're on the H4 time frame, I want to call off this level right here. This is at 34.32 at the very top, at least on this view right here. We do have another high that is over here, and this level is going to be basically at the top of the market at 3,500, and you can see that over here. And then next we have some other levels in here where this level pretty much still intact from last week. Price didn't get up here, so it's okay. It's at 34.02, and then the next level is going to be at 33.81. And then this level that we may modify because price did come through here, it is now sitting at the 33.69 zone. And yes, the market is still open, but it's Friday and the main volume from New York is already dried up, so don't anticipate any candles like this at this time. So this level right here, we're going to keep it for now, but we may adjust it on lower time frames. And then if we look at this level, it tapped into this level perfectly, so we're going to keep it. It's at 33.11, and then we have another level here at 32.84. Next, we have this other level at 32.68, next at 32.46, and then this level at 32.07, which I think is good enough for now. So right now here on the H4 time frame, these are looking good. Let's go to the H2. All right, so not messing with these because price didn't get up there this past week, but we do see that price did break up above, and it looks like it's trying to quote retest this level here. So for right now, I think this is something that I want to just leave alone. And then I do have some old stuff from last week, so let's get rid of that. This level held pretty nicely at 33.42. There was a lot of consolidation around here, as you can see on the charts. And there were several times where I was trying to take a trade, but price action just wasn't clear enough for me to actually take the trade. However, was able to get a total of 485 pips out of this market. So definitely an incredible week. So after this video, I'm actually going to go celebrate. So definitely a really good week here. So now we have this level right here at 33.11, and that is still looking good. So there's another level that I could possibly add here on the H2 time frame that I think I will, which is basically around this zone at 33.25. I kept seeing price tap into it, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really counting the times, but just basically just looking at all the different times that price did come to this level and respect it. So I just want to make sure that it's called out on this chart, and we have added it here. So let's go ahead and go to the H1 time frame. So now that we got a lot more data here on this market, this was from last week. So focusing on this past week, these levels are looking quite nicely. And even though this did come down and come back up, I want to keep it at this level because we have the support actually starting around here, actually on Sunday. So I want to keep that right there. And there's something else. I think this is pretty good. I mean, so I could potentially add a level right about here. And yes, this is in blue, but right about here, because price basically had this as a resistance point this past week. And obviously very, very hard to trade at times, but that's kind of another level here. So now that I'm looking at the game plan for this upcoming week, one of the things that I could possibly be looking for is some sort of deep pullback, because this is a lot of bullish momentum. This was basically caused by Jerome Powell, basically hinting that there's going to be a rate cut in September. So that was actually kind of interesting. I won't get into the dynamics and the fundamentals there, but it was kind of interesting that this happened inside of this market. But anyway, we did talk about this on Sunday in the Profitable Traders Academy and what could possibly happen. So it's really interesting that this did take place. So anyway, okay, so I can see a potential pullback to this zone, and then obviously targeting the previous highs. Obviously there can be there can be a deeper retracement here to this level at 33.42. That was a level that we had and level that was respected last week. And then we also have this other level here at 32.27, this level that we just drew because of all of the times that it respected this level. So as long as price basically doesn't come below this point, then I would be looking obviously for the buys. I mean, even right here would be something that I would consider a continuous push to the upside, even if it did get to here. But really this zone right here, and then looking at some price action right here, all of this is basically some level of exhaustion. So I wouldn't really be interested in taking any sales in this zone because of the way price has somewhat respected this level and then stopped here. So the only areas that I would be considering taking a sell that's below the major market structure would be here. And let's go ahead and put a little arrows here. It would be here at this 33.11 area, but obviously sales could be taken at some point, maybe around here. Maybe if I see some sort of market structure or some sort of symbol or something on a lower time frame to confirm that short-term short activity. But for the most part, obviously, I'm just going to be waiting and just looking for an opportunity to continue to buy up the market. So obviously, just going to wait. And that is my analysis for this week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, because I will be posting videos 3 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe so that we can catch these amazing analyses, especially because this is going to be the time where there's going to be a lot more volume inside of these markets, and you definitely want to be a part of it. I'll see you there.